welcome back, everybody. We're going to wait here as a few more people jump in to our little group here today. I'm going to see some faces back. We're going to have some new faces, I'm assuming, too. We're also, Trev is not here yet. He'll be here probably in a few minutes. So a little bit about where we're going to go to today. By the way, Paul, thank you for your note. You got your note, and I hope you got the response. Paul asked some great questions. We're going to do. There he is right here. The legend to last a lunchtime. Travis Romel Harris, where he is. Nick, can we get Trev some headphones too? Yeah. You get a chance? So yeah, Nick, Paul asked some really good questions as we're going through. He had unfortunately to bounce off, but was asking some very good technical questions. Feel free to jump in and ask questions as we're doing this. I'll do my best to monitor the chat. Also, Carrie, who's up there in the corner, she will do her best to hit us up with questions as we're going. I will also do my best to try and talk through the process as we get through this. I'm going to send you back the listen to link. It actually is a new link. There it is right there. So please click on that and use that to listen in as we're going. The question, what DAW are we using today? Cass is asking. Today we're using Pro Tools, but I'm sort of like a bit of a rare bird in terms of using Pro Tools as a creative tool. A lot of people sort of think it's pretty much just a mixing platform. I make records in Pro Tools all the time. I do use Ableton from time to time, but today we're in Pro Tools. Conceptually, it's the same thing. All the plugin manufacturers use the same plugins. They all work in all of the DAWs pretty much. You all right, Nick?
Yeah, just looking for the splitter, so Trev connected via Zoom.
Oh,
I'll find it.
You know what? I think Sophie Bart, it might be in her studio. So yeah, all the DAWs are the same. So all the plugins I use are going to be pretty consistent with. There's Kiki. Good. I'm glad you're back with us. All the plugins that we use are going to be pretty consistent across every DAW. So again, like I said, ask away. I think the thing that you're probably going to see, at least at this point, is I don't use a lot of plugins. I'm just going to do real quick actually before we kind of get moving sort of officially. I'm just gonna blast out the track here real quick. Let me know if you guys can hear it. Thumbs up. Fantastic. Okay. So for some of the people that weren't in here last week, I wanted to reintroduce to you Travis Romel Harris. There he is, back behind me. Travis is an incredible singer-songwriter that I met about like 4 years ago, I think now, and who has become one of the world's premier artists for film and TV. And if you don't know about Trev, please go look up his project King Flex, spelled with 2 X's, on Spotify. They've been crushing it. How many guys? I think you guys did something like 12 syncs this year or something. Hey, 20 syncs. Man, wow. Impressive guy. So go check him out. And then another incredible songwriter who actually wrote this song with us is Mackenzie Kiki Halliday. Her Zoom is Mackenzie Halliday, but she's Kiki in our hearts. Kiki is actually a songwriter. If you weren't here last week, I'll give a little bit of history. Kiki is actually a songwriter that I discovered through MDIIO. I had posted a project and we were looking for some music, and I got this song. What was the name of the song that what was the name of the song again? It was
Heartache.
And she sent the song through a Heartache. I was like, what is this? Who is this singer? I need to know ASAP. And I reached out to her through MDIIO, and I realized that she is an incredible songwriter, and actually she got a publishing deal because of it with our company Anti-Gravity. So and Kiki has done some amazing stuff. Incredible songwriter. Do we have? I don't know if we have specifically have a link for Trev. Trev, what's your Instagram?
Travis TREVIS.
Yeah.
RMELL_.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's Travis's Instagram. So go find him. He is the Tony Robbins in my life. He's a very inspirational guy. Has a pretty incredible story, and and pretty talented to boot. So a bit of history. So we wrote this song last week. We did it in 2 hours. We are going to, in the next 110 minutes, we're going to continue the production of this song that we're working on. It will include additional, some new production, kind of some, arrangement of the song. We're going to cut vocals with Trev. We're going to go through that process, kind of show you how I work through that. Again, everything that we're doing is not unique to Pro Tools. I am recording Pro Tools, but it is not unique to Pro Tools. It's just workflow. I happen to work fast in Pro Tools, but if you're using Logic or you're using Ableton or you're using GarageBand or FL or whatever you're using, totally cool. Principally speaking, this all works the same. So, Jordan asked a question: Is there a recording of the first session available anywhere? Unfortunately, Jordan, there was. The problem is there's no audio, so we can't use a workable session. But we did sort this problem out. That is why behind Travis there is Nick and there is School, and they are recording this separately. And we're gonna have a much better recording for off of today's. And don't forget next week, because next week the song that we're doing today is actually going to be mixed next week by master mixer Brian Malouf, who is who's worked with people like Michael Jackson and Madonna and Queen and Celine Dion and bands like All Time Low and the Jonas Brothers and Miley Cyrus. Anyway, massively successful mixer. He's going to be mixing this song. He's going to be getting into things like bass treatment, vocal treatments, master buses, all the kind of stuff that you need to do to kind of get your mixes and your music sounding better, faster. And I'm a big proponent of making things better and faster. So let's go back and talk about the song that we wrote last week. We're gonna just do a quick listen through right from the top of the record, and then let's come back to it. I will admit that I have spent, I probably listened to this song maybe 10 times since we wrote it, just so I can start marinating ideas in my brain as to how and where we're gonna go here. There's a lot of good stuff that we did in the original that's very useful. So anyway, let's take a quick listen, and then let's get it going. But by the way, the song is called Hello Good Vibes.
Remember back then they used to bother me. Never let them tell you what you need to be. Tell them what you ought to be. Audibly powerful. Man, that's what I'm meant to be. Meant to make history. Yeah, we can run a mile or two. Yeah, we can fly on the moon. Yeah, it's really up to you. So what you gonna do? Tell me what you gonna do. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. I'm just freestyling on another level, on a new high, oh my. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. Yeah, coming to you live from another planet. Hit you with the magic, now I'm the baddest. Yeah. It's time to take the mask off, fuel the jet and blast off. Karate Kid, wax on and wax off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA. So put your hands up for the new anthem. So why you mad, huh? Talking this and that, huh? Smile a little bit, ain't no need to be sad, y'all. You woke up breathing, yeah, you should be glad, y'all. So why the frowny face? We ain't got no time to waste. We only got today. Ooh. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. I'm just freestyling on another level, on a new high, oh my. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. Yeah, coming to you live from another planet. Hit you with the magic, now I'm the baddest. Yeah. got that weight off my shoulders, I'ma lift up my energy. Even give high five to my enemies. Hey, watch me high dive from 1,000 feet. Land on my feet, right on the beat. I'ma dance like nobody watching me. I'ma go like nobody stopping me. I'ma own Main Street like Monopoly. Top hat, Monaco, ain't nobody stopping me.
At that point, the chorus is out. So I really love this. I really love where we started here. There's a couple of things I want to do. I love the yeah. I love that bit. I want to kind of hear that come in a different spot. I think that actually that should come before. I think we should flip things over. So if I, again, if I'm not sharing the screen. I'm sharing the screen. There I am, back sharing the screen. I really love this section a lot here. I love that section, but I'm wondering if that yeah section should actually come sooner rather than later. And I must admit, I'm really bad at naming my stuff. I usually do it at the end, but what I'm going to do now is show you a couple things I do. I'll just name these real quick. I have a little bit of a naming convention here so that I know that this is the first set of vocals that I did. So that's why I'm calling them 1-1, 1-2. And I'm going to just group those real quick. So I think that the first thing I'd like to do is I'd like to just want to hear a version of it where the yeahs come in as the pre-hook. I'm going to mute those over here. And then I want to move what is the pre-hook, right? And I want to make that the hook now. So I'm going to actually just move those over here real fast. I just want to hear how that all kind of works together and to see if that's moving it in a little bit of a different way that I prefer. Let's just listen to this verse real quick from the halfway through the second.
Up to you. So what you gonna do? Tell me what you gonna do. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. I'm just freestyling on another level, on a
like
new
that.
high.
The next thing I want to try and do is let's cut this section in half. It's a little bit long. So let's just chop 4 bars out real fast. Let's see if that syncs better.
Dude, tell me what you gonna do. Put your hands in the sky
So
if you
let's
feel
put that
right.
all back around. So let's cut the post in half. I think that's actually going to be better. That's the way to do it. So I'm just highlighting everything in Pro Tools, chopping the region out. Boom. Let's just hear this transition now from this back of the pre-hook into this yeah into the second verse.
Coming to you live from another planet. Hit you with the magic. Now I'm the baddest. It's time to take the mask off. Feel
Kind
the
of like
jet
how
blast
that
off.
paces. Let's just kind of keep this going. We'll keep this parked for a minute here. So the one thing that I really loved is how simple this track is feeling. I don't think it needs to be overdone. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to drop in some bass, some tonality, some root notes in order to make this at least the second verse kind of start working as a hook, as a track. I want to feel it build is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to create a new track. If you guys don't have this, I'm going to send it to you because I think these are awesome. I actually still have to use Contact 5 for it. But this is just because I've just been too lazy and I haven't put it into Contact 6 yet. But I have here a bunch of 808s that I'm going to send you guys because I think you guys should have them. They're really, really cool. This is the one I'm going to use for this one, I think. 808 Warfare, if you don't have them, Adam, who's on our team here, just make a note that we're going to send these out to people because they're really good. Ooh. You guys get that 808? You hear that? Apologize if I just gave you a tummy ache, but it's a really great 808. I love that one. So let's add some bottom end, some 808s onto the second verse real quick.
mask off. View the jet and blast off. Karate Kid, wax on and wax off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA. So put your hands up for the new anthem. So why you mad, huh? Talking this and that, huh? Smile a little bit, ain't no need to be sad, y'all. You woke up breathing, yeah, you should be glad, y'all. So why the frowny face? We ain't got no time to waste. We only got today. Ooh, put your
Seems like a good spot to stop. One of Trev's famous ad libs. So just added a little bit of low end information here on the 808s. This is back real quick.
It's time to take the mask off. View the jet and blast off. Karate Kid, wax on and wax off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA. So put your hands up for the new anthem. So why you mad, huh? Talking this and that, huh?
See what it sounds like without it.
So put your hands up for the new anthem. So why you mad, huh? Talking this and that, huh? Smile a little bit, ain't no need to be sad, y'all. You woke up breathing, yeah, you should be glad, y'all. So why the frowny face? We ain't got no time to waste. We only got today. Ooh, put your hands in the sky.
Drop down. We're gonna have that last 808 drop on the downbeat. There we go.
We only got today. Ooh, put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe.
Yeah.
I'm just
question Jeff was asking me, what MIDI keyboard am I using? Honestly, whatever I have available to me, but in this particular case, I'm using a complete control. But I don't use any of the complete control stuff. I just it's data input. So yeah, it's a Native Instruments complete control. So anyway, I like that 808. Let's pop it into the next hook, which gets a little bit bigger.
with the magic. Now I'm the baddest.
And then there's also this really cool kind of bass thing that I found in Battery that's doing this. I don't know, I just kind of like the noise it made, so I'm going to pop into the hook also. Yeah, okay, good. Another little cool trick that I want to show you guys that I really like is in this hi-hat. So a lot of times people just play like they have their samples like I'm seeing here. Like here's just a hi-hat that I have in Contact, right? But instead of what I've done is I've actually taken the audio and dragged it into Contact, and now it makes the hi-hat a playable instrument. So I can do all kinds of stuff with it as opposed to just having it be static. Just kind of a good little trick, and I'll show you how to do it. It's actually sad how easy it is. But here, in fact, I'll show it to you right now. So I'm going to make a new instrument real quick just to show you this little trick. Oops, wrong thing. We'll edit that later. I'm going to make a new instrument here. It's just a cool little trick. It's one of those things that's so simple that some people know it and some people don't. But let's say here's Contact. Here's just like a blank Contact. It's not playing anything in particular. But let's say I want to add a kick drum. I'm going to just go and pop a kick drum in here. Let me find some samples here. I'll send some of these to you guys. I'll send some of these cool samples. So let's hear. I'll just drag a piece of audio, literally, and drag it right into my Contact, right in my DAW, and it's all there. Simple as that. And I'm going to save this just real quick too, as like a save settings as I'm going to call it I think it's called Gotham Kick. Small world. My daughter gave me that kick drum. She's like, I got this great kick drum. So worlds colliding. I'm making music with my 17-year-old daughter. And she's really good, actually. I should be actually thankful she's making music with me. But actually, while I have that kick in here, I just love that kick. It knocks like crazy. So I'm going to add this into the second chorus on top of the kick drum that's there. But boom, 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 boom. So let's pop that in. Give it a little bit of momentum. Oops, take it out of solo.
With the magic, now I'm the baddest.
I'm gonna get that pattern right because there's a distraction here. This original kick drum, I'm gonna mute that for a minute. We'll come back to that in a minute.
With the magic, now I'm the baddest. I got that weight up.
The second half better, so I'm just going to quantize that super fast. Again, I just have the same kind of swing quantize set up. So if you see, it's a 16th note quantize, 53% swing. Pro Tools is not the greatest at MIDI, but you know, Logic is a lot better. Ableton is certainly a lot better, but it's sort of the best of all worlds to me. Let's listen back real quick. It was clashing with the other kick drum. Oops. It was clashing with the other kick drum. So let's lose that other kick drum real quick. Let's just go with. Oops, sorry. But I did like the clap from the other track. Again, that's just like a basic battery kit. What's it called? It's called. No, this one's called. Oh, Alphabetical Kit. Very good. It's what all the Swedes use for their pop records. Very, very good kit in battery. Let's listen to this hook real quick.
With the magic, now I'm the baddest.
So I love the way that's working. Here's my big issue. My big issue is that there's some clashing information between the 808 and the actual kick drum. Ugh. But this is what I kind of love about when you're just using, you're basically resampling in Contact, is I can move this kick drum wherever I want. So I want to get is effectively the bite of it, but I'm going to let the 808 carry all the movement. So there you go.
Slap.
Huh?
Slap.
It's what?
Slap.
Yeah, it's snappy. Okay, snappy. Travis, I'm not cool. Travis is cool. He said it's snappy, therefore it's cool. So I appreciate the authentication of the kick drum. Thank you, brother. Let's listen to these two, how these two work together now. Yes. What I love about this now is it lets the 808 do all of the low end work, and it lets the kick drum kind of do all of the punchiness, which is great. I'm gonna try using that bass, that little bass sample real quick.
With the magic, now I'm the baddest.
I'm missing that one kick drum in there. Give me a second here, you guys. That other kick drum right there. There. Oh, it should be there. So the chorus is starting to kind of come together. I kind of feel like I want like another kind of cool element. One of the things that I love, I actually have a Wurlitzer here. Maybe like something to just kind of support that bass a little bit, make the chorus feel a little bit bigger. Let's pop that into it. That sounds like.
Coming to you live from another planet. Hit you with the magic. Now I'm the baddest.
information, and I'll fix that in a second. Look at that.
I got that weight off my shoulders, I'ma
I put
lift
that
up
in,
my
I
head.
panned it a little bit to the left. It's just like a Wurlitzer again. It's like a Waves Electric 200. Pretty simple stuff. And I'm going to come back and show you a really cool 808 trick that actually a friend of mine, Carl Ryden, who's worked with people like Kylie Minogue, showed me. That I was like, oh wait, you could do that. Some of you guys might be like, yeah, we knew that, Justin. You're a dummy. Of course we need to do that. But I don't know, maybe you didn't know this, and so I'm going to show you this trick in a minute. I wanted to also add just like a little bit of like what I usually call like vibe, which is like I want people when they I should go back and do one thing real quick. Let's see what this tempo is. 90. Okay. I have this really cool sort of bit of like I call it like musical jello because it just kind of fits in the cracks. I'm going to show you this. I'm just going to drop this sample in this spot here. Go back to the samples. That's projects, samples. That's what I'm looking for. GG, I think it's in top samples. So much pressure. Normally I know exactly where this thing is, but yeah, GG Homemade, there it is. This is from a session that I did. I think it's up here. Let's see. Of course, now I can't find it. Perfect. I think actually I might want to add that swingy tambourine. Actually, that's a good one. I might do that. And then also, oh, there it is. Hey, I knew I found it. I love this sample here. So again, just trying to work quick here, but I want to add two things here. Let's not worry about the swingy tambourine at the moment. Let's just worry about this funky sample. This guy. I love that. So we're gonna just pop that onto the snares. Boom. Yeah. It's like a dumb little thing. Let's take a look at the swingy tambourine here, because I think that might also help us fill in some nice gaps. If you see when I've done this sample, I've already know it's 83 beats per minute. A lot of people like to work in Elastic Audio and Pro Tools. I know Ableton's really great at this. I'm a little bit more of a purist in this sense, but I do love pitch and time. So let's give it, we know that it's 83 beats per minute. We know that we need it to be 90 beats per minute because that's the tempo of the session. Click. Ooh, just like that. Let's listen how it works. Actually, I like it. What I'm going to do is have that. If you notice here, I have the guitar kind of slightly panned to the right. I'm going to have this tambourine go slightly to the left so they kind of play off each other. In fact, what I might do is actually break the tambourine, break them both into mono signals, and just only take the right side of the tambourine side and make that inactive. Let's only take the left side of this guitar, split that into mono. Only take the left side, hide that, and make it interactive. Let's make the stereo field a little bit broader. Jump into them real fast. What are they saying here? Oh well, yeah. Well, Allison, thank you for the suggestion making the bass line louder. You're totally right. But I'm going to let Brian, who's a master mixer, deal with that. That's his problem. That's going to be his problem next week. But I will show you a really cool trick to the bass line. Thank you for reminding me. I'm going to bring you back to that. Levi, I had no idea you could do that with Contact. I love it. We've taught you something new today. I'm happy that you're here. Emma, which microphone did you use to track vocals? Well, we're using this one here, which is a Manley Gold mic. But I will tell you this. I've made record vocals using an M-Track, an M-Audio 2X2 and $100, Audio Technica mic. So, it's about the performances. Do you worry about tuning clicks, et cetera, to the song key? Well, as you noticed, I think we might have missed that part, but I made sure that I let the 808 take all of the actual tonal low end information, and I just used the kick drums to actually just give it that sort of punch and texture that I'm looking for. But I will show you a thing that I did in Contact, actually, which is very cool, which is I actually made kick drums out of 808. So I do sometimes layer those with kick drums in the keys to make sure that the keys of the kicks match. Then Marcus is here. So Marcus has a little announcement. And yes, of course, Marcus, because Juki is a partner with us. So after we're done here, hopefully you can stay on. I'd love for you guys to talk a little bit about Juki and our partnership. That was amazing. Thank you very much. Glad to have you here, Marcus. Back to work. What I've done now is I've actually effectively have these tambourines and I have them kind of off playing against the guitar. I'm going to put them through. But what I really like is this plugin. If you don't use it, it's cool stuff, but it feels a little bit clean. I love this plugin, and if you guys don't have it, it's called Retro Color, and it just does kind of all kind of nasty stuff. So kind of does that. I'm gonna distort my. That's so clean. Oh, so dirty. So I'm gonna let's listen to that in context of the mix. There's one thing that's bugging me on this guitar, and that is that it is slightly too fast. It's 92 and it needs to be 90, so I'm gonna tighten that up. And I want to add that retro color back to that guitar too. Yes, and let's add a long reverb tail. It's just like little things like that. Like I just like adding a little bit of noise and grime. When we're working in Pro Tools and in DAWs, it's like this is all we get. It's like a mirror. It's like it's not going to be dirty unless you make it dirty. It's not going to be loose unless you make it loose. So it's a real big kind of like way to kind of, I don't know. You got to be a little bit creative in making things sound. It takes hard to make things sound crappy in Pro Tools or in any DAW for that matter. I'm gonna play here real quick.
With the magic, now I'm the baddest.
This is starting to come together. By the way, I just want to say a side note, Marcus, we're happy to have you here, and I love that this is exactly what the MDIIO community is about. If you guys haven't looked in the DM in the chat, Marcus is part of a platform that we work with called Juki, which is basically a song contest, and we are very grateful for our partnership, and I'm just now watching Greenhouse Media who DM'd Marcus. This is exactly what the MDIIO community is about. You guys, please, by all means, reach out, connect. Let's expand. Let's all win together. So anyway, this course is kind of coming together. I have a couple things I want to do just before I hit the hook here. So I'm going to listen back real quick.
Good vibe, yeah, coming to you live from another planet. Hit you with the magic, now I'm the baddest.
So I'm a big fan of little moments to make bigger moments next moments feel bigger. So let's try chopping out some information before we get to the hook. Mainly just the drums and this little bass sample to make that chorus feel bigger when it hits.
Coming to you live from another planet. Hit you with the magic, now I'm the baddest.
Okay. I'm going to do another thing here, which is I've already done it here a little bit. So I already have this track set up. I'm going to grab my Rode sample and just drop it onto this other RC20 setup, which is, yeah, and I have a little bit of vinyl on there. You can hear a little bit of noise, a little bit of crackle, a little garbage. Let's make that a little bit less, all right.
If you feel right, put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. Yeah, coming to you live from another planet. Hit you with the magic, now I'm the baddest.
All right, so as you can see here, I still have a bunch of stuff in MIDI. I'm not even messing with it yet. So here is my 808. This is not a very good, I'm gonna actually name it now so we can go find it because as the track gets bigger. So here's a great trick. You may know this, you may not know this. But if you don't know this, now you will. And if you do know this, then you're on the right page. So we all have plugins. There's a plugin that I use a lot. I use this a lot, Snell 3. So the thing I love about this plugin is sometimes people just reserve it for their master bus, but I want you to hear what this is doing. This is in my 808 just flat, right? I know sometimes if you're mixing 808s and you kind of lose them, this is a great trick is you kind of just leave the output and you just really drag the threshold down. What I love about that is it creates all of this really cool, this cool sort of like sustain, but also it gives a little bit of crunch, a little bit of grind, but not in a way that overpowers the mix. In fact, it works better with the mix. So if I listen to solo, I'm going to listen back. I'm going to loop this section, listen to it one time around, and then one time with it. You'll see when I instantiate it. Here's without it, starting without it. The trick with 808 sometimes is they can be very nondescript and they're just big blobs of fatness in the low end. This actually gives a little bit of definition to it, which I really, really like. I'm going to show you a couple other things here as we kind of move. Let me build up this hook. Even though that's not working there, I'm going to put this other tambourine in the next hook. There we go. Keep that there. Got another question. Let's see what's our next question. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Marcus. So what I like to do is I like to make when the choruses hit feel like events. So we're going to just start here and create an event. We're going to create, I have a really good kind of swell sound that I like that I use on a lot of records that I do. I'm going to show it to you now. Where is it? Here it is. So I love this. It's just like a little kind of swooshy bit. Just kind of that thing. I just like visibly line it up here, do a little fade in on it. Let's hear what it sounds like.
Coming to you live from another planet. Hit you with the magic, now I'm the baddest.
Happening at the end of this section here because that is not the right 808 notes. Let's find them. Yep. There it is. Okay, so it goes F. Let's unmute that so that actually works, so we can listen to it and not be completely irritated. so now we should have 808s that match the hook. Good. What's this? Woo. Something in there still not working for me. Let's go fix that. Let's go figure that out. Let's line those up together, shall we? Oh, well, there it is. I found it. Close that. There we go. Put that over there. There we go.
I got that weight on my shoulders, I'ma lift up my energy. Even give high five to my enemies. Hey, watch me high dive from 1,000 feet. Land on my feet, right on the beat. I'ma dance like nobody watching me. I'ma go like nobody stopping me. I'ma own Main Street like Monopoly. Top hat, Monaco, ain't nobody stopping me.
Yeah, I missed that. There's this one snare that I really missed. That's what it is. I knew it was something. Let me go pop this snare into the hook. Yes, definitely missing that. I'm gonna do this just that's up to the one. We'll view over here. That's just my kick in snare. To come together nicely. I don't want to do too much stuff. I want to leave some space for vocals because we're going to start cutting vocals in 12 minutes. But if you guys can see here on the left, like I have hardly any plugins on. I have RC20, which is doing some kind of cool stuff. Nothing too sort of major here. But I do want to show you another little cool, quick trick to kind of get your drums just like kind of really banging pretty fast. See, I'm so bad at muting stuff, but that is that's our little bass pop. Put that down. I think you're gonna like this little trick. This is our snare flat, and this is our kick. We're actually gonna do something real fast. Oops. This is our battery kick. We're gonna do this real fast here because we're now going to put the kicks and the snares on their own separate tracks, so we can have a little bit more control over them. You guys remember when we talked about this at the beginning? I was like inspired by the intro drum beat of Africa by Toto. I don't know, boom, da, boom, da. And I'm going to add my snares in. Actually, I don't think the snares go there. Maybe they do. That is that. Let's see.
It's time to take the mask off. View the jet blast off. Karate Kid, wax on and wax off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA. So put your hands up for the new anthem. So why you mad, huh? Talking this and that, huh? Smile a little bit, ain't no need to be sad, y'all. You woke up breathing it, you should be glad, y'all. So why the frowny face? We got no time to waste. We only got today. Ooh, put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. I'm just freestyling on another level, on a new high, oh my. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. Yeah, coming to you live from another planet. Hit you with the magic, now I'm the baddest.
Alright, so I'm going to show you a little trick that you can do. You can do this with an L3. I have a little bit more of a complex setup than that, but I'm going to do it with the L3 anyway, because this is sort of the same kind of thing that we did here with the bass. I'm going to take all my drums, right, so let's mark this as drums. I'm going to take all my drums and I'm going to assign them to an aux channel. It's called +1 and 2, whatever. So I think I have a preset drum channel here. Drum group, there you go. So I've created an aux track with my drum group. I'm going to take all my drums and I'm going to send them to the same thing. So let's just listen here really quick just to make sure that they're actually all going there. So they are. So let's add our claps and claps to it as well. So now I have pretty much all my drums going to. Cool. So I want to show you a cool trick. I use this. If you don't have to do it, but I am a subscriber to the Slate Digital stuff, which I think is really great. They have a very cool plugin. Let me go find it here. Actually, I just search it here. It's multipass. There it is. And I've set up a couple of presets on my own. Again, presets are your friend, you guys. Don't feel like you need to only build stuff from scratch. But this is a preset that I built from scratch called Drum Exciter. So I'm going to start with it out. I haven't even done anything except I've kind of messed with some stuff. It looks complicated. I promise you it's not. And if there's anything particular that you want here, I'm happy to share all of these presets with you. So don't worry about that. So this is without, just listen to the drums. In fact, I'm going to mute everything else real quick here. Just listen to the drums on their own on this beat. And this is without this multipass filter. Pretty good, they're punchy. I'm going to play it and then you're going to see me instantiate the multipass filter. Kind of brings everything to life, gives a little bit of like punch or something. Also, I'm listening to that snare in context. You know what? I want that to be a little bit wetter. So I'm just going to use a basic reverb plugin. Again, any of these work. You don't have to bus it. But here's one that I've been kind of really messing with lately is the round reverb. Where is it? I'm going to just search it in a much easier manner here. There it is. I want to add a little bit of wetness to my snares. Again, I'm not mixing. This is just like little vibes that I'm trying to get together so that when Brian gets onto the song, they'll be like, "Oh, yeah, I see what Justin's trying to do." But now, as I'm listening to, the drum feels a little bit higher in pitch than I'd like it to be. So if you're staying in battery, this is why I like to keep things in MIDI as long as possible. You can just open up battery. You can see where your sample is being triggered if you watch. There it is. Right. So I'm going to click that, and I'm going to just listen. I'm going to tune it. Here, there's a note in there. So try and find the key of the song, right? There it is. There it is. So let's listen with everything back in context now against this drums with multipass. Again, it takes 10 seconds to do. I mean, I'll listen in context to the whole chorus without the multipass on the drum bus, right? And then I'm going to pop it in. Just listen to the difference. just love it for me. I'm not a mixer, so this just makes mixes faster, better for me, so that I can listen in the car and not hate my work. So that's just a little trick. Let's do some questions. Taking this tune in the breakdown. Thanks, Justin. No problem. We're happy to have you. 808s are powerful but tricky. Glad to get some more insight. I hope this helps. Definitely curious on the logic behind your chain on multipass. Yeah, sure, no problem. Basically, what I do is I start with some suggested presets, and then I kind of just mess with them a bit. Most of the time, what I mess with, honestly, is this bit of the window here, or sometimes I just play snake. So I want to make sure that. Let's see. Let's go. Dead already. But no, most of the time what I do is I just kind of mess around with this area, because honestly, there's a lot of people that are a lot smarter and brighter than I am that are better mixers that kind of developed all of these sort of presets. And then I kind of just mess with them, just tweak the compressions a little bit. But this happens to be a particular setup that I've used that I like. I call it Drum Exciter 2. And I usually just mess with the bottom and the top, a little bit of overall compression. But I let somebody else do all of the work for me. It's a lot easier. And then I usually balance the taste. So sometimes things like hi-hats get a little bit brighter, so I might pull those down in the balance.
With the magic, now I'm the baddest.
But man, is it punching? It's punching so nicely to me. Again, I notice I want my hi-hats to be left of the side, not in the middle. So good. All right, so I'm going to do a couple of other small little annoying things, and we're going to get into vocals in 3 minutes. Some other things I talked about earlier is about like dirt and just creating like grime and noise and garbage. And so this is one of my favorite ones, general noise, just like a. So here is just like a. I'll slip that all the way through the song. Just enough to be annoying. But then what I do also is I want to make sure that I roll that off, because actually this has a lot of like ugly stuff in it. Again, I'm just using I'm gonna use a very basic EQ here that's just built into Pro Tools. And again, I know you guys see a lot of plugins here. I promise you, you can make awesome records with stock plugins. You don't need to go out and buy a bunch of stuff. But I'm just going to roll off a bunch of that bottom end because we don't need any of that. That's just garbage. It's ruining our mix. Huh? Yeah. For real? Yeah, I'm telling you, stock plugins are what's up. Like, where is our? Oh, it's after the fade. No wonder. Let's get rid of all that garbage in there. Maybe roll some of the top end off. Let's blend it into taste. It's like salt and pepper. Just blend it into taste. Let's hear what it sounds like.
Remember back then they used to bother me. Never let them tell you what you need to be. Tell them what you ought to be. Audibly powerful. Man, that's what I'm meant to be. Meant to make history. Ah! Yeah, we can run a mile or two. Yeah, we can fly on the moon. Yeah, it's really up to you. So what you gonna do? Tell me what you gonna do. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. I'm just freestyling on another level, on a new high. Oh my. Put your hands in the sky.
Paul asked me a direct message, but I'm hoping he meant to ask it to everybody, because I'm going to answer for everybody, Paul. Sorry to put you on blast. So when you export stems for mixing, they're with plugins, or do you submit both raw and process for mixing? No. The only person who should be allowed to mess up your song is you. So when it gets done, whatever you bounce out for stems all have to have, they all have to be basically when they're brought back into whatever session they're at, when they play back at zero. So what that means is like when there's no balances, it's listing exactly as you're intending to hear it. So no, it's don't give them any options. You have to let them play with the stems that you give them in the way that you want them to be heard. So yeah, definitely don't do that. I want to add maybe like a little some I feel like we need some other little like weird bits. I don't know what those weird bits are going to be, but I'm going to show you a really cool plugin that I love messing with. Always at this stage of production, which is, and I'm telling you, I'm not endorsed by these companies, so it's just stuff that I find helps me get across the finish line much faster. If you guys don't mess around with Arcade, by all means, you should just jump in. knowing them, they probably give you like 3-month trials or something, like, I don't know. But Arcade has a bunch of really cool stuff. So like, I love, for example, if I want to have like just like a weird, let's see, what can I find here that's like weird, like percussive sounds, right? So like, I'm gonna just go search. Here's all my kits. Percussion. I'm gonna just go search percussion here real quick. So here's just just weird stuff. Like here's wood chipper. I have no idea what that's gonna be, but you can sample it. But I don't like that. But let's go find other ones. Just real quick here, like Slappy Perks. That sounds reasonable. Oh, Dreamland. These guys always have some really cool stuff. Let's see what these do. It's kind of cool. So let's find it's F sharp major. See what this sounds like, right?
Meant to make history. Ah! Yeah, we can run a mile or two. Yeah, we can fly on the moon. Yeah, it's really up to you. So what you gonna do? Tell me what.
Oh, it kind of gives me a nice little. Oh, I kind of like that a lot. There's something about that hi-hat that quantize on that hi-hat. It gives me like I can't think of his name right now. Let's listen on the pre-chorus.
Audibly powerful, man, that's what I'm meant to be. Meant to make history. Ah! Yeah, we can run a mile or two. Yeah, we can fly on the moon. Yeah, it's really up to you. So what you gonna do? Tell me what you gonna do. Put your hands in the sky.
Still a feeling to me, that hi-hat. It's very, very offbeat, which I quite like. What I'm also going to do, though, is I'll show you another really cool Pro Tools trick. I think you can do this in most DAWs, but if you don't, you should do it. I just cut that audio with that MIDI. I just literally make an audio track, boop, drop it down to my audio track. It's going to convert this for me, and I'll be back in no time at all. There we go. Boom, converted to audio. But what I really like is there's this moment here in this hi-hat that I'm absolutely in love with.
Yeah,
this really is first 4 bars. That first bar, sorry, rather. That's 4 bars. I love that. Let's hear what that sounds like offset against the other hi-hat that we already have in the upper hook. In the second verse,
It's time to take the mask off. Feel the jet blast off. Karate Kid, wax on and wax off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA. So put your hands up for the new anthem. So why you mad, huh? Talking this and that, huh? Smile a little bit, ain't no need to be sad, y'all. You woke up breathing and you should be glad, y'all. So why the brownie face?
I already know that I like that better than my other hi-hat, so we're going to say goodbye to the other hi-hat. We're going to put this one back in the hi-hat flan, and we're going to bust that out to the drum bus. Boom. Let's go see if we can find one more weird sort of percussive thing. By the way, these are all samples in Arcade. Oh, actually, that's funny. I was kind of looking for some high-end information. Let's see how that works.
With the magic, now I'm the baddest.
Let's go in that space. Nice tight one on the snare. I think that's the move. Let's go in and Just drop it on the beat where we need it to be. We'll get into some other like little treats as we do, but let's put those on the beats. We know where they go. 2 bars, 2 bars, 2 bars. Boom, love it. Listen. Questions. We're going to jump into vocals right now. Me. You have your lyrics? Let's answer some of these questions. How about quality strings and beyond expensive suites? Yeah. So BBC Spitfire has quantity freebies, agreed. But also, yes, Spitfire Lab Series, yes, it's good. Spitfire Original, yes, Spitfire is good. Spitfire is dues free, yeah. Spitfire, yeah. Everybody says Spitfire, but I want to show you something that's really cool. Something that's really cool, really fast here. Well, just before we jump in, is I showed you Arcade. So let me show you something really cool that I love about Arcade that a lot of people maybe didn't know about. Check this out. Let's go back to. Oh, by the way, just real quick, something that I think is kind of cool. Whatever, it's gone now. Let's see if I can do it this way. I'll do it this way. Reinsert it. This is a great, Paul. This is a great cheat that I think you're gonna love. I've been using these a lot, probably too much. I'm working on a film right now, and I've been probably using these too much, but like, I feel like I want to run through a forest and shoot people with an arrow or something when I listen to that, you know, like, and what's cool is you could just like, I'm literally holding down random notes. Yeah. Pay your taxes, you know, I don't know, something like that. I feel like, you know, I want to, I don't know, I suddenly feel like I want to do the rest of this in British, with a British accent. Anyway, I won't. Listening to what we've done, there's a lot of stuff that we did on the demo that I think we can keep. Like, some of the gangy stuff. What I'd really love to do is really just go through with Trev super fast. And you have the lyrics ready to go? You do? You don't have lyrics? Oh man, we don't have lyrics. All right, we do have lyrics somewhere. Kiki, text Travis the lyrics ASAP. We need the lyrics. That was not very well prepared of me. Sorry about that. But do you want to listen to them real quick? Yeah.
Remember back then they used to bother me. Never let them tell you what you need to be. Tell them what you ought to be. Audibly powerful. Man, that's what I'm meant to be. Meant to make history. Yeah, we can run a mile or two. Yeah, we can fly on the moon. Yeah, it's really up to you. So what you gonna do? Tell me what you gonna do. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. I'm just freestyling on another level, on a new high, oh my. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. Yeah, coming to you live from another planet. Hit you with the magic, now I'm the baddest.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Remember back then they used to bother me. Never let them tell you what you need to be. Tell them what you ought to be. Audibly powerful. Man, that's what I'm meant to be. Meant to make history. Yeah, we can run a mile or two. Yeah, we can fly on the moon. Yeah, it's really up to you. So what you gonna do? Tell me what you gonna do. Put your hands in the sky if you
We can write them down, or we can.
No, we good. Let's,
we good? So where do you want to go to?
Give me the straight blue first one. That's
This?
two. No. Yeah. Yep.
That?
Yeah.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do We're gonna do a bunch of takes. I'm gonna do it really fast, but then I'll show you kind of break it down. So we have. Oh, we'll just do it this way. You have the lyrics?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I am.
Okay.
Then they used to bother me.
remember back then they used to bother me. Never let them tell you
Audibly. Remember back then they used to bother me.
Remember back then they used to bother me.
Kiki, do you have the lyrics? Is Kiki still on the line with us?
Nope.
All right.
Remember back.
Turn your Apple to your
Remember back.
airplane mode, please.
Oh.
Okay.
Oops, my bad.
Remember back then they used to bother me.
Remember back then they
Yeah.
used to
So
bother
actually,
me.
I think we can actually use what we should do. Maybe we should just take doubles of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna do this instead. We're gonna keep what we've done because it's actually pretty good, and we can go through a quick melodyne or something. But I'm just gonna keep it double. So we're gonna do LV left and LV right. Here's another thing that I like to do. I like to create just like a mic track, so that I can always sort of be recording, and I can just take whatever I use and pop it into our main tracks. So, want to start? Let's look at some doubles here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Remember back then they used to bother me. Never let them tell you what you need to be. Tell them what you ought to be. Audibly powerful. Man, that's what I'm meant to be. Meant to make history. Yeah, we can run a mile.
So then,
Bother
Remember
me.
back then they used to bother me. Never let them tell you what you need to be. Tell them what you ought to be. Audibly powerful. Man, that's what I'm meant to be. Meant to make
I
history.
love these first two. Yep.
What you tell you what you need to be. Tell them what you ought to be. Audibly powerful. Man, that's what I'm meant to be. Meant to make history.
I love that.
Audibly powerful. Man, that's what I'm meant to be.
Meant to be and meant to make history, right?
Tell them what you ought to be. Audibly powerful. Man, that's what I'm meant to be. Meant to make history. Audibly powerful. Man, that's what I'm meant to be. Meant to make
That's what I'm
history.
meant to be. Meant to make
That's what I'm
history.
meant to be.
You wrote the
Meant
flow,
to
bro.
make history.
Don't blame me.
I got you.
Ought to be audibly
Meant to be.
powerful.
Meant to
Man,
make
that's what I'm meant to
history.
be. Meant to make history.
Perfect. Let's double these now, okay? Just left and right. Easy.
Bother me.
Remember back then they used to bother me. Never let them tell you what you need to be. Tell them what you ought to be. Audibly
Meant to be.
powerful.
Meant to
Man,
make
that's what I'm meant to
history.
be. Meant to make history.
I actually prefer that. Let's double that one, okay? Here we go.
Bother
Remember
me.
back then they used to bother me.
Meant to be.
Never let them tell you what you need to be.
Audibly.
Tell them what you ought to be. Audibly
Meant to be.
powerful.
Meant to
Man,
make
that's what I'm meant to
history.
be. Meant to make history.
So you did this one, this one, which I like. You didn't need
What
to
you
be.
need
Let's
to
just
be.
do a quick on need to be, ready?
I got you. But back then they used to bother me.
Need to be.
Never let them tell you what you need to be. Tell them what you ought to be.
All
Audibly.
right. I'm not going to clean up these edits right now because we want to move fast. Let's listen to this.
History. Yeah, we can run a mile or two. Yeah, we can fly on the moon. Yeah, it's really up to you. So what you gonna do? Tell me what you gonna do. Put your hands in the sky if you feel
I
right.
think we need to do doubles on. Put your hands in the sky if you feel. You know.
I bet.
I bet. Gonna do? Tell
Put
me
your
what you
hands in the
gonna
sky.
do. Put
Feel
your
right.
hands in the
Put
sky.
your hands in
Feel
the sky
right.
for a
Put
good
your hands in the
vibes.
sky for the good vibes. I'm just for the. I got you. What you gonna do? Tell
Put
me
your
what
hands
you
in the
gonna
sky.
do. Put
Feel
your
right.
hands in the
Put
sky.
your hands in
Feel
the sky
right.
for the
Put
good
your hands in
vibes.
the sky for the good vibes. I'm just freestyling on
One more
another.
time. Just get a touch tighter, okay?
Okay, yeah. Gonna do? Tell
Put
me
your
what you
hands in the
gonna
sky.
do. Put your hands in the
Put your
sky.
hands in
Feel
the sky
right.
for the
Put
good
your hands in the
vibes.
sky for the good vibes. I'm just free. Yeah. So what you gonna do?
Put
Tell me
your
what
hands
you
in the
gonna
sky.
do. Put your hands in the
Put your
sky.
hands
Feel
in the sky
right.
for the
Put
good
your hands in the
vibes.
sky for the good vibes. I'm just freestyling on another
Let's look at the second half, okay?
level, on a new high. Oh my. Put your hands in the sky.
Put your hands in the sky for the
Put
good
your hands
vibes.
in the sky for the good vibe.
From another planet.
Live from another planet.
Right?
Just the first part, yeah, there was it. Coming to you live from another planet.
Coming to you live
Right,
from
I think we
another
should, let's
planet.
do a double of that. I think that's cool, right?
Hands in the sky for the good vibe.
Another planet.
Live from another
Magic.
planet. Hit you with
Baddest.
magic. Now I'm the baddest.
Another planet. Yeah.
Hands in the sky for the good vibe. Yeah, coming to you live from another planet. Hands in the sky for the good vibe.
Another planet.
Live from another
Magic.
planet. Hit you with
Baddest.
magic. Now I'm the baddest. Right, put your hands in the sky for the good vibe.
Another planet.
Live from another
Magic.
planet. Hit you with
Baddest.
magic. Now I'm the baddest.
Let's just listen to that whole section here. Okay?
Okay, fun fact for everybody here.
Fun
Don't
fact for
write like
everybody
me.
there.
I never
Don't
write
write
stuff
like me.
down, so
I
don't.
never write stuff down.
That's a bad habit. I gotta
That's
break
a
it.
bad
I
habit.
write stuff
gotta break
down.
it.
Yeah, so don't.
Yeah, so
Don't.
don't. What you gonna do?
Do
Put your hands
as
in
you say, not as you do.
Remember back then they used to bother me. Never let them tell you what you need to be. Tell them what you ought to be. Audibly powerful. Man, that's what I'm meant to be. Meant to make history. Yeah, we can run a mile or two. Yeah, we can fly on the moon. Yeah, it's really up to you. So what you gonna do? Tell me what you gonna do. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. I'm just freestyling on another level, on a new high. Oh my. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. Yeah, coming to you live from another planet. Hit you with the magic. Now I'm the baddest.
I love it. You know what I want to do? I think I want to do this. This is another nice little trick I like. So I'm going to take these doubles that you did here. I'm going to actually copy them. And I'm going to do this, which is always one of my favorite things to do. I mean, it's not one of my favorite things to do. It's something that I like to do. I'm not going to let's not over exaggerate things. But love this plugin. Again, super easy to use. Little viber, create some vibes.
Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good
Yeah,
vibes.
we'll do that. We'll do this one on the other side.
Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibes.
I'm just freestyling. What you gonna do? Tell me what you gonna do. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. I'm just freestyling on another level, on a new high. Oh my. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. Yeah, coming to you live from another planet. Hit you with the magic. Now I'm the baddest.
I love it. Okay, so let's go hit the second verse for some doubles.
Yes.
All right, let's go listen to it real fast, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Mask off.
It's time to take the mask off. You legit blast
Wax on and wax
Karate
off.
Kid, wax on and wax
Call
off.
me NASA.
I'm so out of space, they call me NASA.
For the new
So put your
anthem.
hands up for the new anthem. So why you?
Mask off.
It's time to take the mask off. You legit blast
Wax
off.
on and wax
Karate
off.
Kid, wax on and wax off.
NASA.
I'm so out of space, they call me NASA.
For the new
so put your
anthem.
hands up for the new anthem.
For the new anthem.
For the new anthem. Space, they call me NASA.
For the new
so put your
anthem.
hands up for the new anthem.
Okay.
I bet.
Mask off.
It's time to take the mask off. You legit blast
Wax
off.
on and wax
Karate
off.
Kid, wax on and wax off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA.
For the
So
new
put your
anthem.
hands up for the new anthem.
So I want to do something kind of like.
On and wax off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA. So put your on and wax off. I'm so out of space, they call me
I'm so
on
out
and
of
wax
space.
off. I'm so out of space,
I want to do
they
something like.
I'm so out of space.
No, just
I'm so out of space.
Out of space.
Out of space.
Out of space.
Out of space. Out of space.
Out of space.
outer space.
You ready?
Ooh,
Ooh,
outer space.
outer space. Get wax on and wax off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA.
Outer space.
Outer space. Get wax on and wax off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA.
Again, ready? Good.
Outer
Wax
space.
off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA.
Outer space.
Yeah, outer space.
Outer
Outer
space.
space.
Outer
Ready?
space.
Outer
Wax
space.
off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA.
Again.
Outer
Wax
space.
off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA.
Outer
Wax
space.
off. I'm so out of space, they call me
Outer
NASA.
space.
Outer space.
Outer space.
Outer
Wax
space.
off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA.
Outer space.
Outer space.
Outer space.
Outer space.
Outer
Wax
space.
off. I'm so out of space, they call me
Outer
NASA.
space.
Not yet.
Outer
Still
space.
first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
Outer
Wax
space.
off. I'm so out of space, they call me
Outer space.
Outer space.
outer space.
Outer space. Outer
Outer
space.
space.
No,
Outer space.
Outer space. Outer space.
Outer space. Outer space.
Outer
Wax
space.
off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA.
1 second.
Outer space.
Double it again, ready?
Outer space.
Outer
Wax
space.
off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA.
It's fine. When I'm done with it, it'll be fine.
Outer space. Outer space.
Yeah.
Outer space. Outer space.
Outer
Outer space.
Yeah.
Outer space.
Yeah.
Outer space. Outer space.
Outer space.
Wax off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA.
We're just working quick here.
I got you.
Outer space. Outer space.
Outer space. Outer space.
Outer
Wax off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA.
Second, okay?
Yeah.
A little quick key command that I happen to love in Pro Tools. There you go. That was a good one.
Outer space. Outer space. Outer space. Outer space. Outer space. Outer space.
Hit those super duper hard.
Outer space. Outer space. Outer space. Outer space. Outer space. Outer space. Outer space.
C. That's a weird one. I like it. And we're gonna move that there, and then E.
Outer space.
Now we're gonna do it.
Outer space. Outer space. Outer space.
Oh. And then we're gonna take all of those, just as I had this like weird idea. And I hope I don't embarrass myself in front of everybody. I'm just gonna bust it out here. So 1 and 2. And then we're going to add some.
Outer space. So outer space, they call me outer space. Outer space.
Vocoder without a vocoder. Vocoder without a vocoder. How do you like that? Let's get that nice and super tight. There we go.
Outer space.
Dirty.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. That's pretty
Let's
sick.
see, we'll call this one vocoder. Oops.
Outer space.
What we'll do is we'll just do, this is also one of my favorite things here, is just to commit that vocoder. There we go. So now that's all of those vocals. I can now hide those because I don't need those anymore. Oh, I think I accidentally hid the vocoder ones. Where'd we go? Oh, they're there. Never mind, they are there. Perfect.
Outer space, outer space.
Let's roll a little bit of bottom end off those super fast. You don't need to do anything fancy again. You know, rolling off bottom end is your friend, you guys, because it just takes up so much information that you don't need.
Outer space. Wax off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA. So put your hands up for the new anthem. So why you mad, huh? Talking this and that.
So why you mad, huh? Talking this and that, huh?
So why you mad, huh? Talking this
So
and
why you
that,
mad, huh? Talking this and that, huh?
So why you mad, huh? Talking this
So
and
why you
that,
mad, huh? Talking this and that, huh?
Double that, ready? Yeah, double that, ready?
So why you mad, huh? Talking this
So
and
why
that,
you mad, huh? Talking this and that,
You
huh?
can probably see, and I mean, when I work with Trev, I do this a lot. I don't get too caught up in making things perfect. You know, like I said, it's really easy to make things perfect, and there's a temptation to make things perfect when you're working in your DAW. You don't have to. It's actually, I like it better. I like it. It took me years to realize that imperfection is where the beauty is. So don't worry about being overly, obsessive about making things land on the grid or making things whatever. It's like, it's okay. That's part of the energy. Like some of the records that you love and you grew up on weren't perfect. Like, that's okay. It's better if it's not. There's beauty in the imperfection. Put that on a coffee cup. All right, let's do the next one. Let's listen to the next one here.
Smile a little bit. Ain't no need to be sad, yeah?
Right?
Ain't no, yep.
Ain't no
Smile a little bit. Ain't no need
smile
to
a
be
little
sad,
bit.
yeah?
Ain't no need to be sad, yeah?
Smile a little bit. Ain't no need
Smile
to
a
be
little
sad, yeah?
bit. Ain't no need to be sad, yeah? You woke up breathing, yeah. You should be glad, yeah? So
You woke up breathing, yeah. You should
you
be
woke up
glad,
breathing,
yeah?
yeah. You should be glad, yeah?
You woke up breathing, yeah. You should
You
be
woke
glad,
up
huh?
breathing, yeah. You should be glad, yeah? Almost like water.
You woke up breathing, yeah. You should be
You woke
glad.
up breathing, yeah. You should be glad, yeah? So why the frowny face? We ain't got no. So why the frowny face? You woke up breathing, yeah. You should be glad, yeah? So why the. You should be glad, yeah? So why the frowny face? We ain't got no time to waste. We only got today. So why the frowny face? Ain't got no time to waste. You should be glad, yeah? So why the frowny face? Ain't got no time to waste. Yeah. We only got today. I got you. Breathing, yeah. You should be glad, yeah? So why the frowny face? Ain't got no time to waste.
Can we do something?
Yes.
So why the frowny face?
All right.
Ain't got no time to waste.
So why the frowny face? So why the frowny face? Ain't got no time to waste. Yeah, you should be glad, yeah? So why the frowny face? Ain't got no time.
I don't like it.
Yeah. So why the frowny face? Ain't got no time to waste.
Try it.
Hey, yeah. So why the frowny face? Ain't got no time to waste. So why the frowny?
I don't know.
I hear you, but.
It's not the vibe.
Frowny face, ain't got no time to waste. We only got today. Put your hands in the sky.
Also, the good thing about Pro Tools is when he sings and I forget to record, it still records it anyway.
Right back.
As I was saying, the good thing about Pro Tools is when I forget to record, but I finally go in before he stops, I still get all the recordings. Let's double it one more time.
Yes. Frowny face, ain't got no
We
time
only
to
got
waste.
today.
We only got today. Put your
This is this whole second verse, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's time to take the mask off. Do the jet and blast off. Karate Kid, wax on and wax off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA. So put your hands up for the new anthem. So why you mad, huh? Talking this and that, huh? got no time to waste. We only got today. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the.
Do a little fix up on this,
Right? Yeah, I heard that too.
Right? Yeah, I heard that too.
You know what it is? It's the ones you did now are better. Let's fix the one you did yesterday. We only got today.
Right.
We only got today.
We only got today.
We only got today.
We only got today. Yeah.
We only got today. Yeah. Ain't got no
We
time
only
to
got
waste.
today.
We only got today. Put your hands in the sky.
Perfect. Let's listen to this real quick, okay?
You woke up breathing it. You should be glad, y'all. So why the brownie face? We ain't got no time to waste. We only got today. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. I'm just freestyling on another level, on a new high. Oh,
Yeah, I think we got to go back and get this pre. It happens. We did it here. We did it here. So let's just move those over.
put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. I'm just freestyling on another
Oh, you know,
level.
we never did, but we should have.
Good vibe. I'm just
I think we should
freestyling
double
on
it
another
here.
level.
I'm just freestyling on another. What do you say?
I'm just freestyling on another.
I'm just freestyling
level.
on another
high.
level.
Oh my.
On a new
Hello,
high.
good
Oh
vibe.
my.
Yes.
Hello, good
That's what we
vibe.
should do. I don't like this. Right? Like, yeah, exactly.
Oh my.
On a
Hello,
new
good
high.
vibes.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Oh,
so let's
good
fix
vibes.
that. On another. Oh my, hello, good vibes, right, or whatever.
New.
Freestyling on
new
another
high, oh
level.
my.
On a
Hello,
new
good
high.
vibes.
Oh my. Hello, good vibes. Put your hands in the sky.
Okay, so we're gonna do this a little different. I love this. That's the move right there. Let's double those up. Yes, thank you. Great work, man. I was like, how are we gonna get hello good vibes in there? But you just did it. You're like, yeah, you're like that scene in Beautiful Mind where like all the mathematics like just hit him in the face. Here we go. Let's double that up.
Good vibe. I'm just freestyling on
new
another
high, oh
level.
my.
On a new
Hello,
high.
good
Oh my. Hello, good vibe. Put your hands in the sky if you.
No, like just like that. Go, Garen.
Okay. I'm just freestyling on another level. On a new high. Oh my.
Shit.
Shit. I'm just freestyling on
new
another
high, oh
level.
my.
On a
Hello,
new
good
high. Oh my. Hello, good vibe. Put your hands in the sky.
Oh, I thought I'm tripping. I fixed it. I thought
I'm tripping. I
No.
fixed it, and I
Then we,
thought-
on the league, with hello, good vibes. I'm just freestyling on another level, on a new high. Oh my, hello, good vibes. Yeah, like you know,
Hello,
like
good
put some
vibes.
character in, you know.
Hello.
Freestyling on
new
another
high, oh
level.
my.
On a
Hello,
new
good
high. Oh
vibes.
my. Hello, good vibe. Put your hands in the sky if you feel.
It, man, right there. I think we do it here too, right?
Fly from another planet, hit you with the magic. Now I'm the baddest.
It's good there. It's good there. I love it. Listen.
Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. I'm just freestyling on another level. On a new high. Oh my. Hello, good vibe. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe.
From another
coming to
planet,
live
hit you
from
with the
another
magic.
planet.
Now you
Hit
want
you with the
that.
magic. Now I'm the baddest.
Another planet.
Another planet.
Yeah. I was gonna do this really quick.
On another level, on a new high. Oh my, hello, good vibe. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Another on level, a new high, on a new high. Oh my, good vibes. On another level, on a new high. Oh my, hello, good vibes. Put your hands in the sky.
We had this.
On a new.
Adding new tracks. Because that's what we need to do. Because that's what we can do. We're in Pro Tools or in MDIIO. We just keep adding tracks. We don't charge by the tracks here. We should though. Pop those in here. This goes there. Perfect.
On another level, on a new high. Oh my, oh my, hello. Put your hands on another level, on a new high. Oh my, hello, good vibe. Put your hands in the sky.
good. All right. We're almost there, you guys.
Freestyling on another level, on a new high, oh my. Hello, goodbye. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. Yeah, coming to you live from another planet. Hit you with the magic, now I'm the baddest. It's time to take the mask off, fuel the jet and blast off. Karate Kid, wax on and wax off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA. So put your hands up for the new anthem. So why you mad, huh? Talking this and that, huh? Smile a little bit, ain't no need to be sad, y'all. You woke up breathing it, you should be glad, y'all. So why the frowny face? Ain't got no time to waste. We only got today. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. I'm just freestyling on another level, on a new high, oh my. Hello, goodbye. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. Yeah, coming to you live from another planet. Hit you with the magic, now I'm the baddest.
Feel like I want to repeat now that we got a little bit of a hook here, right? Like, yeah.
Oh my, hello, goodbye. Goodbye. On the new high, oh my, hello, goodbye. Goodbye. Vibes, goodbye.
Oh, that's kind of nice. This one like that.
Goodbye.
Oh, okay, much.
Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.
Let's see what that sounds like, right?
I bet. With the magic, now I'm the baddest. Goodbye. What was that?
Yeah. Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes.
Goodbye, 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 goodbye.
Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Just do that for now, okay?
Goodbye, 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 goodbye. I got that weight on my
Here's
shoulder.
another little trick that I love doing, right? So we sang four of them, right? Jeff knows this. We do this all the time. No need to work harder than we have to, right? We go boop, beep. We go boop, boom, boop. And actually, I think we need one more here. And we'll go balance all this out back to zero just for a hot minute here. And it's all left and right. Good vibes, good vibes. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave the first one open, right? Good vibes, good vibes.
Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes,
No.
good vibes,
Good vibes, good vibes.
good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, 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 kind of hold the note out a little longer. I did it on the first one too.
I wonder if the last one we should do. Hello, goodbye.
Vibes.
Ah,
Right?
Vibes.
Goodbye. 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 Hello.
Goodbye. Hello.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Right? Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, let's
Third
go
one
fix
there,
that
yeah.
real quick, okay? 1 second. Oops.
I got the weight off my
I
shoulder.
got the weight off my shoulder. I'm up for my enemy.
Even give high five to my enemies.
Even give high five to my enemies.
Maybe she's saying to maybe give enemas to my enemies. We can delete it. We'll delete that. Listen,
I'm gonna give immunizations to my enemies.
Give immunizations to my enemies.
Everybody vaxxed around here.
Everybody vaxxed around here.
No, I think the last one should be good vibes, good vibes. Hello, good vibes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good vibes,
Good vibes.
Just have. I would just yell, good vibes. Hello, good vibes.
Hello. Good vibes. Hello. Good vibes. Hello. Good vibes.
Ready? Goodbye, hello, good vibes.
Yes.
Goodbye, hello, good vibes.
I got that weight on my shoulders.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah, you guys. Yeah. I got that weight on my shoulders.
Can you triple that, please?
I got you. I got that weight on my shoulders. I'ma lift them up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I got that weight on my shoulders.
Now let's go get the low ones because we changed this last lineup, right?
Yeah.
So they should be pull those up. Actually, we want those a little bit more. So let's listen to the first one that we're replacing real quick. Okay.
Okay.
So
Good vibes. Hello.
Goodbyes. Hello. Goodbyes.
Goodbye. Hello.
Goodbyes. Hello. I got that weight on my shoulders. I'm a
double. Ready?
Goodbye. Hello.
Hello. I got that weight on my shoulders. I'm
Ready?
Goodbye. Hello.
Goodbye. Hello. One more time.
Goodbye. Hello.
Goodbye. Hello. I got that weight on my shoulders.
Hello.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Hello. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Hello.
Goodbye. Hello. I got that weight on my shoulders. I got a little soul in it. I like it.
Let's go replacing this one, right?
Goodbye. Okay. Goodbye.
Good vibes.
Goodbye. Hello.
Good vibes. Hello. I got
Goodbye. Hello.
good vibes. Hello. I got that weight on my shoulders.
That's the hook right there. Let's go get ready.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Good vibes.
Goodbye. Hello.
Good vibes.
Drink some
Hello.
water.
Right.
What are you trying to do? Trying to be a hero? Freaking hero. There you go.
Here we go.
Ah.
Good.
actually one more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Goodbye, hello.
Goodbye. Hello. Goodbye. I got that weight on my shoulder.
One thing here. I want to hear one thing here.
Goodbye. 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 Hello. I got that goodbye. Hello. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.
No, no.
Goodbye. Hello. Goodbye.
I can't.
Goodbye.
There.
Goodbye.
There.
Hello. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Yes, that's it.
Goodbye. 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 Hello. Goodbye. Hello.
I'll say something.
Good vibes. Hello. Good vibes. Goodbye. Good vibes. Good vibes.
It all has to be the same note.
It all has to be the same note.
No, no.
Good vibes. Hello. Good vibes. Good vibes.
Yes.
Good vibes. Hello. Good vibes. Good vibes. Hello. I got that weight on my shoulder.
That's it. Let's go again.
Good vibes. Good vibes. Hello. I got that weight on my.
I got you.
Good vibes. Good vibes. Hello. I got that weight on my shoulder.
Yeah, I got you.
Good vibes. Good vibes. Hello. I got that weight on my shoulder.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's listen to this super fast, okay? This is my favorite. You know my favorite thing to do once we started, which is just cutting all these vocals.
Ad-libs.
Well, we do ad-libs are
Ad-lib.
next. Let's just listen to this section by itself in solo. Ah, so good.
Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, hello, good vibes.
Get this up real fast. Get some of that, chatter.
Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, hello, good vibes.
Love that. Listen to the hook here, right?
Magic, now I'm the baddest. My enemies, and watch me high down to $1 feet. Right on my feet, right on the beat. I'ma dance like nobody watching me. I'ma go like nobody stopping me. I'ma on Main Street like Monopoly. Top hat Monaco, ain't nobody stopping me.
Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. They like that when I turn it.
About it. I think it sounds great. All right. Now we have 10 minutes left, and it's perfect timing for this is literally my favorite thing to do with Trev. As good as this all sounds, you've killed it. Kiki, great song. My favorite part of any process is ad-libs. Well, not normally, but with Trev it is. It's my favorite process. The favorite part of the process here is ad-libs because he I think ad-libs better than anybody that I know. Ding,
Pressure.
ding, 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 ding. Under pressure.
Watching down on you, watching down on me.
Watching down on me.
So,
Pressure.
Okay. So we're gonna do ad libs track. What we normally do is a couple of these. And I will say I'm gonna put probably another hour into just like cleaning up some of these edits. I want to make sure that Brian's not getting all of this junk. I want to make sure that it's nice and cleaned up here. But now you can get a sense of ad lib tracks. We're just gonna literally start right at the beginning. This is where I just sit back and I enjoy listening to him do all of his stuff. So here we go, man. Ready to go drop some ad libs?
Yeah, that's cool.
Some bad libs.
Pressure.
Here we go. So I'm trying to mute my mic here so that I can. Come on. Come on, open up my mic. Don't let me do it. Come on. There it is. All right, mic muted. Here we go.
Yeah. They gonna like this. Here we go. Remember back then they used to bother me. Never let them tell you what you need to be. Tell them what you ought to be. Audibly powerful. Man, that's what I'm meant to be. Meant to make history. Yeah, we can run a mile or two. Yeah, we can fly on the moon. Yeah, it's really up to you. It's up to you. So what you gonna do? Tell me what you gonna do. What you gonna do? Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. I'm just freestyling on another level. On a new high. Oh my. Hello, goodbye. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. Yeah, coming to you live from another planet. Hit you with the magic. Now I'm the baddest. Let's go. That's right. One more time. You feel that? It's time to take the mask off. Feel the jet and blast off. Karate Kid, wax on and wax off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA. So put your hands up for the new anthem. You like it? So why you mad, huh? Talking this and that, huh? What? Smile a little bit. Ain't no need to be sad, no. You woke up breathing, yeah. You should be glad, y'all. So why the frowny face? We ain't got no time to waste. We only got today. Yes, we do. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. I'm just freestyling on another level. On a new high. Hello, my. Hello, goodbye. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. For the good vibe. Coming to you live from another planet. Hit you with the magic. Now I'm the baddest. Let's go. I say goodbye. I said goodbye. I said oh my I'm a. I say oh my I'm a. I say oh my I'm a. Oh my I'm a. The real good. Yeah. I got that weight off my shoulders. I'ma lift up my energy. I even give high fives to my enemies. Hey, watch me high dive from 1,000 feet. Land on my feet, right on the beat. I'ma dance like nobody watching me. I'ma go like nobody stopping me. Yeah, I'ma own Main Street like Monopoly. Top hat, monocle, ain't nobody stopping me. Right. I really own those. Hey, every day is a. Come on if you feeling that. Hey, let me know you feeling that. Every day you need them good vibes. Hey, them good vibes. Just vibe out, you know. We gon' do it like this all day, every day. One more time, man. Hey, them good vibes.
Super fun. What occurred to me is we need to build up this bridge real quick. We got 5 minutes to do it. So just like, you know.
Yeah, I got that weight on my shoulders. I'ma lift up my energy. I even give high fives to my enemies. I got you. Energy, enemies. Yeah, I got that weight off my shoulders. I'ma lift up my energy. I even give high fives to my enemies. Hey, watch me high dive from 1,000 feet. Land on my feet, right on the beat. I'ma dance like nobody watching me. I'ma go like nobody stopping me. I'ma own Main Street like Monopoly. Top hat, monocle, ain't nobody stopping me. Yeah. I got that weight off my shoulders, I'ma lift up my energy. I even give high fives to my enemies. Hey, watch me high dive from 1,000 feet. Land on my feet, right on the beat. I'ma dance like nobody watching me. I'ma go like nobody stopping me. I'ma own Main Street like Monopoly. Top hat, monocle, ain't nobody stopping me. Nobody watching me. I'ma go like nobody stopping me. I got you. Dance like nobody watching me. I'ma go like nobody stopping me. Dance like nobody watching me. I'ma go like nobody stopping me. I'ma own. I got that weight off my shoulders, I'ma lift up my energy. I even give high fives to my enemies. Hey, watch me high dive from 1,000 feet. Land on my feet, right on the beat. I'ma dance like nobody watching me. I'ma go right on the beat. I'ma dance like nobody watching me. I'ma go like nobody stopping me. That's the one I was. Dance like nobody watching me. I'ma go like nobody stopping me. I'ma own Main Street like Monopoly. Top hat, monocle, ain't nobody stopping me.
I'm talking about me, and I want to add one last little thing on this hook here. Just on the last hook. I have a couple sounds that I've banked that I think could be cool here. We'll find them. Just like and like this, like just a ton of like cool little sounds. Like this is one that I built in massive, nothing particularly big. Just on the last hook. You do it. There we go. So another little thing I do. I don't know if you guys do this. If you don't, you should. If you don't do it, do it. Which is every time you kind of come up or make a cool sound or whatever, just kind of save it. I love this one. Effects. Awesome Fall, that's what it's called. Drop that in on right at the down here.
I'ma own Main Street like Monopoly. Top hat, monocle, ain't nobody stopping me. I really don't know. Hey, every day is every day is come on if you feeling that. Hey, let me know you feeling that. Every day you need goodbye. Hello, goodbye.
25 years of being a professional music producer to do this. But yet here we are. That's what the kids like. I was gonna do one more thing here, just for a little bit of like a little bit of old school. Where can I do this? Sorry about that. Give me a second here. There you go. Come on. I know you're in here. Anybody annoyed yet? That's a good one. Choose that one. That one should be for what it is that we're trying to accomplish here. Three. Put this guy in here. scratcheroo here. Let's extend these out so that they're actually going in the right. Boom, there.
Ain't nobody stopping me. I really don't know.
And as usual, let's just chop out all of the low end because we don't need it. Well, not all of it, but you know, we don't need that. We'll just do one there. Oh, that was just not bad. There we go. We'll roll off. Just kind of.
Ain't nobody stopping me. Ain't nobody stopping me.
502. 502. All right, let's listen down one time from the top, see what we've done here. And I'll do this real quick. Also, while we're doing this, whenever I bounce out, like in this case, I have all I have is an L3 limiter, nothing. But what I might do sometimes on this is I'll add a little bit of like, you know, here's actually a great free plugin. At least it was at one point. I use it all the time. Ozone Elements. Kind of go to the biggest part of the song, and then I literally just do this. I go.
I really don't know. Hey, every day is every day is come on if you feeling that. Hey, let me know you feeling that. Every I really don't know. Hey, every day is
So it just kind of does a little quick analysis of my mix. Usually gets it just a little bit louder, a little bit punchier. But in this case, which is crazy, I'm looking at the EQ. It's almost completely flat, which means that my EQ balance is pretty good. Anyway, let's listen down one time from the top, and then take some quick questions, and then move on. Trev, great work. Kiki, phenomenal song. Let's take a listen down real quick, you guys. In fact, I think I'm going to bounce a version of this as we do this. There we go. Hello, good vibes. Today is what is today? December something or other. December 8th. Thank you. Glad somebody's paying attention. Listen down as we do this.
yeah. They gonna like this. Here we go. Remember back then they used to bother me. Never let them tell you what you need to be. Tell them what you ought to be. Audibly powerful. Man, that's what I'm meant to be. Meant to make history. Yeah, we can run a mile or two. Yeah, we can fly on the moon. Yeah, it's really up to you. So what you gonna do? Tell me what you gonna do. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. I'm just freestyling on another level, on a new high. Oh my, hello, goodbye. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. Yeah, coming to you live from another planet. Hit you with the magic. Now I'm the baddest. Let's go. Goodbye. That's right. One more time. Goodbye. You feel like goodbye. It's time to take the mask off. Fuel the jet and blast off. Karate Kid, wax on and wax off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA. So put your hands up for the new anthem. You like it? So why you mad, huh? Talking this and that, huh?
So I'm gonna go bounce this back again. One of the good things about recording back into your DAW as opposed to bouncing to disc is that when you hear little mess ups like I just did, you can go in and fix them and just punch in where you left off. One is I wanted to add the end of the hook. So
with the magic.
also,
Now
real
I'm
quick
the
question,
bad.
Paul asked, will any of the tracks be gain stage to leave headroom for mixing and mastering? I noticed some of the vocals almost peaking. For sure the vocals are peaking. Honestly, I gotta tell you, they sound pretty good unless they're completely horrible. I don't really care. I don't get too caught up in the techniques of recording. I mean, I make sure that they're going through an Avalon and it's a good mic and stuff like that. And yes, they definitely were peaking at a couple of points, but normally we would take a bunch of takes and I would be adjusting my gain as I was going. But in this case, we wanted to work quickly just to get the energy across. So yeah, I would definitely mostly keep an eye on that a little bit more in the future. But and as far as now, this is just for me bouncing out. I want to get it nice and hot. But when it goes to my mixer, when it goes to Brian, you'll see he'll probably remove half of this nonsense. Anyway.
With the magic, now I'm the baddest. Let's go. Goodbyes, goodbyes, that's right. One more time. Goodbyes, hello. You feel like goodbyes? It's time to take the mask off. Feel the jet blast off. Karate Kid, wax on and wax off. I'm so out of space, they call me NASA. So put your hands up for the new anthem. You like it? So why you mad, huh? Talking this and that, huh? Smile a little bit, ain't no need to be sad, y'all. You woke up breathing it, you should be glad, y'all. So why the brownie face? We ain't got no time to waste. We only got today. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. I'm just freestyling on another level, on a new high. Oh my, hello, good vibe. Put your hands in the sky if you feel right. Put your hands in the sky for the good vibe. Yeah, coming to you live from another planet. Hit you with the magic. Now I'm the baddest. Let's go. I say goodbye. I said goodbye. I said oh my I'm a goodbye. I say oh my I'm a. I say oh my I'm a goodbye. Oh my I'm a. The real good goodbye. Yeah. I got that weight off my shoulders. I'ma lift up my energy. I even give high fives to my enemies. Hey, watch me high dive from 1,000 feet. Land on my feet, right on the beat. I'ma dance like nobody watching me. I'ma go like nobody stopping me. I'ma own Main Street like Monopoly. Top hat, monocle, ain't nobody stopping me. I really don't know. Hey, every day is a, every day is a. Come on if you feeling that. Hey, let me know you feeling that. Every day you need. Goodbye, hello, goodbye.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love this song so much. A couple of things I noticed that I'm going to just clean up real fast. So before I'll send this off to the mixer, I won't leave my MIDI there. I'm going to take my MIDI straight away. I'm just going to convert this out. You probably noticed I was naming things as I was going. I'm going to convert all my MIDI super fast. Pro Tools is really good at this. I'm just going to go commit, enter that. It's all going to do this little rendering thing. And then once this is done, I also noticed at one point going into the bridge, the 808s were hanging over, and it was causing some rub between the 808 and the drop 808 that happens. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about as soon as these commit. In fact, you'll be able to see it. Everybody's dancing there, Jenny. That's good. That's a good sign. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. That's what we want. We also want people paying money to use it in their film and TV. That's really what we want too. So what I was going to show you is there's a little bit of a frequency clash that's bugging me. I'm going to fix it real quick. I'm not going to fix it in the downs for now. So if you literally look at, here's where this 808 ends, and here's where this 808 drop happens. If you listen to them together, it's like, oh my God. We don't like that. So we're just gonna delete. And everybody's happy again. The universe, order is restored in the universe of the subsonics below 40 hertz, and everybody's happy. So that is where we're at for today. What I'll do is, like I said, I'll go back in, I'll consolidate all of this audio. You guys don't need to see that. But whatever you do, don't give it to a mixer and with unconsolidated audio. That's really, really annoying for them. That's basically the end of our story here for today. So thank you all so much for joining us. Again, I want to thank Travis, thank you so much. If you guys don't follow him on socials, I already gave you socials. What was it again? It was
Travis, TREVIS, Romel, _. Super dope, kicking it with y'all today. Again, don't pick up my bad habits. Write them lyrics down.
And I don't know if Kiki's still with us. I've mentioned that she jumped off, but Kiki wanted to thank Kiki Halliday again. Yes, the unconsolidated audio. No, I consolidate the audio before I send it off. I want to make sure that it's everything is individual congruent audio files. So like kick, batter kick, snare, whatever, tambourine, lead vocal. I mean, just make sure it's each of them individually is tracks, so that when my mixer gets it, he can just literally open it. And if there's anything that has a very particular tone to it, I will commit that as well. So like sometimes if I'm using the RC20 retro color plugin and I know it's got a very particular sound to it, I'll commit that. I usually won't commit the drum bus because I know that he's going to do a better job than my 10-second plugin application. But even now, like with this, I would probably, if I was mixing it, I would probably spend another 2 hours writing some automation on the vocals, cleaning it up, making sure that some of the EQs weren't talking to each other. But again, I'm not doing the mix. Brian's doing the mix, and he's going to have a lot better, smarter things to say about it than I do. Trust me, I promise you guys. You guys are going to be like, your brains are going to crack open and just absorb the knowledge. It's kind of terrible, but you get the point. It's going to be a lot of fun. I wanted to also very quickly thank Adam, who is on the other side. I think it's Adam who's still on the other side of that MDIIO team, or that might be Carrie. I wanted to thank you guys. I want to thank everybody for joining. And it is Carrie. And she actually, I think she is requesting 1% of the song for the Monopoly line. We'll consider that. I'll speak to my attorney about that. You're muted, so that's fine. But thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful week. And thank you for spending 2 hours with me. It's not easy to get everybody's attention. I'm grateful. Next week, we're going to have Brian Malouf come in, and he is going to take this song, and he's going to mix it in 2 hours. And I think that it's going to be pretty eye-opening. I'm contemplating whether I'm going to sit with him or just tune in like you guys. I'm thinking maybe I'll just tune in. I'm going to give my email. Some of you guys have it. Some of you guys use it. Some of you guys don't. No judgments. But there it is, jgray@mdio.com. Hit me up if you need me. And I would love to connect with all of you. So I wanted to thank everybody. See you next week. And yeah, you get to write songs for a living. How fun is that? All right, take care, everyone. Bye.